I guess we're introducing this NXT TakeOver event movie style with the logos. If that's the case, then the first sin of the video goes to 27 seconds of logos. Opening video package for NXT Portland fails at using the widescreen format considering the wrestlers' heads are poking out of the black bars.
Not the man who points out how the strong stumbles.
WWE acknowledges how much they hate Christian Maracle. No change there.
The credit belongs to who is actually in the arena.
So what if I was in the arena during NXT TakeOver Portland? Would that mean I get credit despite the narrator stating that the one who points out how the strong stumbles, aka yours truly, doesn't get the credit? That's what it looks like from my view. While not as good as the other epic performances at NXT TakeOver, this was still good and I'll give it a sin remover. Whoever this dumbass is hanging out on Instagram instead of watching the show. Damn it, audio technicians, the microphones are having issues with their volume. Are you sure you tested them before the show went on the air?
On his first
As much as I like Dominik Dijakovic, I can't help but think I am about to hear Queen's We Will Rock You every time his theme begins. Anyone else ever feel that? About 50 seconds of staring contest to kick off this match. Let's be thankful it doesn't go overboard on this like most matches.
These two know each other extremely well.
Wrestlers facing off know each other very well, cliche. By this point, it's a rare occasion when wrestlers don't seem to know each other at all. The awkward and absolutely hilarious way Keith Lee staggered and nearly fell out of the ring.
Completely denying physics.
Motherfucker! Beth Phoenix is right on point when she said that Keith Lee completely denies physics. If you needed any further proof about someone his size denying physics, simply look at that perfectly executed Hurricane Rana. We don't have that many sins, but we're removing all of them because Keith deserves to get his glory basked.
Applying pressure to...
Now we're dropping microphones in here? Must have some clumsy workers at ringside or something. What a devastating kick to the air. Dominik Dijakovic's attempt to give Keith Lee a wedgie. No need for that. This match is fun. Don't ruin it with humiliation pranks.
Is by pinfall or submission in the ring.
Commentators constantly state the obvious about winning a championship as if we're clueless, cliche. Sorry, but I don't see how that was supposed to affect Keith at all, since he was already on the apron before the suplex could be completed. His little fall to the floor was more effective than that suplex. No! Don't ruin this good match with monologuing either! It's the greatest weakness for anyone, hero or villain.
And Nigel Dijakovic.
Wait, what? His name is Dominik Dijakovic, not Nigel Dijakovic. Did he momentarily switch names with Nigel McGuinness, who is now known as Dominic McGuinness? Took almost 20 minutes for Bacho Ronaldo to show up tonight. Hope this time it isn't as bad as Toronto or War Games. The fans are hoping for weapons to get involved in a match that can end via disqualification. Even if inadvertently, the fans are asking for this match to end in a disqualification. What made this moment even more awesome is the fact that the entire audience shut the hell up when the shh motion was made, so that everyone could hear the impact of Keith's slaps to Dominik. Even before the rest of the matches took place, I already knew this match was going to be the best one of the night, and I wasn't wrong either. Okay, Mara, we heard you the first time you said Mamma Mia. It doesn't make it any more cooler when you say it again, not even for something like this.
Instead of back elbow.
Dominik is elbowing Keith over and over again to get himself out of this predicament, but when he is free to get off of Keith's shoulders, he just lays there and pretty much allows Keith to recover and connect. Would have definitely been much cooler if Keith actually landed on his feet. However, with the amazing quickness he possessed to do a near-perfect backflip, I'll credit him on that.
How is he standing?
That is absolutely unbelievable in the best of ways. These guys definitely deserve a fucking rematch after an outstanding performance on this night.
Wait a second. Oh, there you go.
Well, that was easy. Let's just start over again. There's not that many sins left on my counter anyway, and that was absolutely breathtaking to watch. I've seen a lot of cruiserweights who struggle to do these type of moves. Funny to see Keith help Dominik up the second rope just so he could pose, even though he lost the match.
We became best friends.
This video package showing the friendship between Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai would be emotional and a great hype to the street fight if we didn't know almost nothing about their friendship and haven't seen enough to be invested.
There's no coming back.
Well, unless you two make up, that is, which is something that happens with almost every friends-turned-rival storyline in WWE history, already predicting they'll make up in the future. Pre-match assault. Also, the referee doesn't ring the bell immediately. Nowhere in the rules of a street fight does it state that the match has to begin in the ring, but apparently that bullshit rule still exists around here, despite hundreds of street fight style matches beginning outside the ring.
NXT TakeOver.
Easily breakable barricade is easily breakable. Also, just once, I'd like to see another accident like the time a bunch of fans destroyed the barricade and collapsed in a huge pile during Shawn Michaels' entrance. Good times.
The match has not officially started!
even though it should have started the moment Dakota Kai ambushed Tegan Nox during her entrance.
The only way you can win, but again, the only way you can be victorious.
That's the second time in almost the same sentence that Mauro Ranallo pointed out how to win a street fight. Twice in almost the same damn sentence. Dakota throws several weapon options for Tegan, one of the biggest mistakes to make in any no disqualification match.
Guy's been an absolute buzzsaw.
Haha, I get it. It's because the logo for this event has a buzzsaw on it. Are you not entertained by my references? Tegan Thong. I'm sorry, but Tegan Nox was such a stupid dumbass during this moment. For one thing, she barely grazed the trash can protecting Dakota Kai. And for the other, Tegan took 100% of the damage in that move, the way she landed on the ground. What the hell was she thinking?
Anything goes.
No shit, Sherlock.
And what is a street fight?
If I have to hear another reminder that this obvious street fight is a street fight, it's an additional 5 sins. One for now, but I'm exhausted based off the last match.
Landing hard on her back. Nox!
I'm pretty sure you know exactly what I would say in the moment of a wrestler getting hit just by watching the entire time. Dakota Kai looks to trap Tegan Nox with a duct tape, but only puts one layer around her hand, making it too easy for Tegan to escape. Something tells me Dakota didn't strategize for this. Laptop lives matter! Y'all are cruel!
In this street fight.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you.
For what she did!
Wizard! The girl!
After connecting the shiniest wizard, Tegan Nox had endless chances to pin Dakota and win the match, but she pulls a Johnny Gargano and decides to not be smart, which eventually causes her to lose. I was about to say, haha, the table didn't break. However, the fact that Tegan landed on the sharp edges of the table made that fall more brutal than a cliche crash through the table.
El Gonzalez!
And of course, victory due to outside interference is always a sin. Been a while since I last said that sin. I've missed you. No offense, but I don't give a shit about the tweets regarding Finn Balor's heel turn. Doesn't make this video package better, it only causes a distraction.
Straight through your heart. And I don't miss.
Johnny Gargano doesn't miss? Did he seriously just say that? I can never say that with a straight face. Let me try. Johnny Gargano doesn't miss. There was no way Johnny Gargano could ever pull out portraying Carnage. He'd have to be some sort of serial killer, which doesn't match his gimmick.
Looking to pull the strings like Tom Morello.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Johnny Takeover, but it's Finn Balor who has the best record.
Whereas Johnny Gargano has the absolute worst record at TakeOver events. How could he be Johnny Takeover if he's always getting Johnny took down? The bell rung, guys. Match has started. Not registering with anybody? Mind if I go to the concessions to get some snacks then? With how long it's taken for either Finn or Johnny to do something, this is beginning to look a little weird.
How deep Johnny Gargano.
The hell was that supposed to be? A belly flop to the ring canvas? I don't even think Finn's hand was in a good enough position to be damaged by that attempt.
Just a 1 count. Just a 1 count.
Yes, Nigel, we heard you the first time you said it was a 1 count. Or is this Nigel trying to be the NXT sinner of the night?
Finn Balor, the Tin Man of NXT.
Okay, I get that Finn Balor said he has no heart, but comparing him to the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz is a little dumb, since Finn can't rust or be constantly emotional like an idiot. However, I can say Johnny Gargano could be compared to the Scarecrow since he lacks a brain in his big-time matches at NXT TakeOver.
I've got a chop for you. Medium, rare, or...
The chop conversation was actually going very good, and then Mauro Ranallo made it seem like Johnny was offering pork chops instead of knife-edge chops. I'm both hungry for pork chops and annoyed.
Johnny Gargano trying to take the...
Even if Johnny couldn't counter the sling blade in time, I'm sure he could have ducked out of the way given the far amount of distance between him and Finn.
Oh, LCL.
Whatever the hell Nigel just said.
That crackled pop.
I can't believe I would ever say this about NXT, but the commentators have some weird obsession with Rice Krispies. Good cereal, but still.
Oh, wait a second.
The fuck is this, a WWE 2K20 glitch?
Johnny Gargano is putting away Finn.
The moment a commentator says that a wrestler is about to win the match is the moment you just know the match is not over. Every single time. Takes away the fun.
Power kick. Shades of what happened.
No joke, I would have removed 3 sins if this was how Johnny Gargano wins the match. Completely by accident, Finn hits a Pele kick and gets pinned as a result. Now come on, how hilarious would that be? This referee is a complete joke. He has forgotten that one of the wrestlers is out of bounds and they're fighting on the ropes. You're supposed to start counting or trying to pry them apart, you fucking idiot. It's sad when this match starts to get predictable. Finn slowly ascends the top rope and pauses in a squatting position instead of immediately leaping for the coup de grace. That's when it's obvious that Johnny's going to move out of the way. Copyright Finfringement. Close enough. Look at this right here. Johnny successfully dropkicked Finn into the barricade and was ready to throw him back into the ring to finish him off and win the match. But then he hesitates and considers bringing the announce table into the mix. a completely unnecessary thing that blows up in his face, much like over 90% of his TakeOver matches. I had a lot of hype for this match between Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, and then Charlotte Flair got into the mix, starting her rivalry with Rhea and causing Bianca to look like an afterthought in her own title match. Props to Bianca Belair for showing her support on Black History Month. However, all I can think about when she's wearing a robe like that is the possibility of her mucking Charlotte Flair, who's not even targeting her. Bianca Belair gives Rhea Ripley the "you blabber too much" hand gesture, despite the fact that Rhea hasn't even said a single word since arriving in the arena.
To the well.
Standing suplex attempt failed.
Stars here in Portland.
It's wonderful to see the family of a wrestler in support of their child, but the camera cuts to Bianca's parents at a moment where things are happening in the ring, and we missed it. While trying to get a submission locked in, Rhea Ripley is unintentionally telling Bianca to kiss her ass. Or was it unintentional?
So close.
Of course, this has been done hundreds of times every year for decades in professional wrestling, but I seriously don't get what the point of a second pinfall is after the first one failed to get you the victory. Ouch! You could literally feel the way Rhea Ripley fell to the floor outside. Truly surprised she didn't tear apart her feet from that. Well done.
The only way Belair can win the title.
Shut up.
And I'll see you at WrestleMania.
You know, this would have been a lot cooler if Charlotte Flair never once hinted at facing Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Would have been a shocking moment if she randomly showed up and announced that she chose to face Rhea, rather than Rhea being the one to challenge her weeks ago.
Rhea Ripley retaining the NXT.
I really think Kyle O'Reilly should just stick with air guitar playing the NXT Tag Team Championship rather than whatever the hell he's doing right there. Their official name is the Broserweights, though my name for them is Team Wah Wah, considering the puns to their names and catchphrases.
The Broserweights.
Broserweights? First you guys were the Broserweights, and now your name has changed to Broserweights? I am so confused now, but I'll stick with Team Wah Wah.
How much fish could Bobby Fish fry?
Bobby Fish karaoke. Also, I posted this on my social media and I'll actually answer it. How much sins could a sinner sin if a sinner could sin sins? The answer, as many as he fucking wants to. But I'll just say 5 because this goes on forever and I want to get to the match.
How much fish could Bobby Fish fry?
This fish on the screen is obviously drunk because it's not even bouncing to the beat of Matt Riddle singing. Either that or Matt Riddle sucks at keeping up with the beat of a metronome.
Oh, finally,
Another pre-match assault.
The match is officially underway.
Bell's run now, the match is underway.
Holy shit, Nigel, are you deaf? Mauro Ranallo already said that this match is underway, and then you repeated it less than a second later. Is Beth Phoenix going to do the same thing next?
Entertainment game like a fish.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you! The good thing is, Mauro has managed to stop botching constantly, but now he needs to work on these horrible references.
To water. This is what I did. Wow.
The fact that Mauro had to literally say, "See what I did there," makes his references all the more cringe, and I didn't even think that was possible.
And now it's...
No.
We're already having problems with Mauro making references. We don't need to add Nigel's annoying cheerleading into the mix, but alas, we will.
You get an X-Plex. You get an X-Plex.
You get us in, and you get us in, and you get us in! Alright, that original Lesbro sign had me cracking up. Don't you just love the creativity in the fans' signs?
Sweet on Peter Dune.
Peter Dune? As in sand dunes? I'm positive there are 2 N's in Pete Dunne's last name, Nigel. The hell?
Make his way across the ring.
Wrestler accidentally hits his own partner cliche. 90% of the times that happens in matches, the team who attacked each other loses the match.
Germans.
One of the many reasons why wrestling in a WWE ring barefoot is a bad idea. Matt Riddle tried to bridge after the German suplex and kept slipping on the mat.
Pete Dune.
Pete Dunne there, Nigel.
Not in Canada.
I've not heard a single Canadian refer to Pete Dunne as Pete Dune. Hell, I'm freaking Canadian, so is Mauro Ranallo. Nigel McGuinness is such a fucking asshole.
Bobby Fish.
I'm already predicting that Pete is going to completely ignore this injury and no-sell everything from it. No-selling injuries are forever a sin, especially when they're as brutal as kicking the damn ring post.
Tag is made. In comes.
Yep, I was right. Let's just pretend Pete didn't smash his fucking foot on the ring post less than a minute ago.
O'Reilly taking a page out of the leg.
Sorry, but only Dean Ambrose could pull off the rope flip trick and succeed. Kyle O'Reilly attempts it twice and gets countered both times. All 4 wrestlers have been in the ring for quite a while, and since the referee isn't doing anything about it, I have no choice but to assume the rules changed and this became a tornado tag team match at the last second.
2 and 3.
Just when you think the Broserweights have lost the match due to them accidentally hitting each other more than once, this moment had me shocked, and it was awesome. Everybody knows how much I dislike Matt Riddle, but even despite that, there was no denying that he and Pete Dunne earned this victory when I believe they wouldn't win at all, so congratulations.
And I gave away my life.
Out of all the storylines going on in NXT tonight, this one was by far the best, because Tommaso Ciampa did a wonderful job reflecting on the time he had to give up the NXT Championship. Just imagine how pissed off the audience would be if Tommaso Ciampa attacked Adam Cole at the precise moment he was to shout his catchphrase. What a missed opportunity.
5 days it took for Ciampa to come back.
Did Beth Phoenix just refer to Tommaso Ciampa as Chomp? I'd give it a pass if she said Ciampa, but Chomp? What does she think, Tommaso's coming to eat Adam Cole or something? Also, another 50 seconds of steroid contests.
Think about that, Nigel.
Bebe, right infringement. Only thing I could come up with for that case. Plus, what would Tommaso say to go with the beat of Adam Cole Bebe? Because I'm drawing a blank. Got your beard! Huh, haven't said that in a while.
Survivor Series.
These two just love to infringe the living hell out of each other and annoy the living hell out of me. Man, these videos are so much fun to do.
Everything that Tommaso Ciampa.
That's literally the 6th or 7th time in less than 5 minutes that Adam Cole slipped out of the ring to the annoyance of Tommaso and myself. Please don't tell me this is why the match is over 30 minutes long. Tommaso is making the same mistake that Johnny Gargano made earlier tonight. Has the chance to win the match, but then decides to get unnecessary weapons involved. I'd expect that out of Johnny, but not Tommaso. Jeez, I gotta remove 3 cents for that moment of brutality. Knowing Tommaso's latest neck injury, this was a scary moment to watch. Although, I gotta point this out, it is exactly like the match with Johnny and Finn Balor earlier. Tommaso has the chance to win, hesitates, tries to get the table involved, and it blows up in his face.
We have a new NXT champion.
You just had to say that, Morrow. You just had to say that. Commentators really gotta stop saying we have a new champion before the pinfall is completed. Jesus. The table didn't break. Sorry, but the moment is ruined by the fact that the table didn't break on the first attempt, so it's less cool to see it succeed on the second attempt. Adam, you may want to stop trying to pull down Tommaso's pants. Last thing we need to see on camera are his champas. Come on, Adam. This match has been fun. Don't ruin it with monologuing. It's a very bad idea. Don't you just love it when these wrestling matches get brutal and moves are hit at the right time? Because I love it. After all the title matches, we've seen Adam Cole retain his championship without the need for assistance from the Undisputed Era. It makes these attacks seem pointless. We all know Adam can retain his title on his own and wasn't close to losing at this point of the match. So why are they out here? The referee doesn't throw out the Undisputed Era despite Roderick Strong standing on the apron distracting the referee and the obvious tactics the faction has against Adam's opponents. We've reached the point of too many kickouts from finishing moves. This was the 6th or 7th finishing move Tommaso has been hit with. It was cool at first, but this is kind of a stretch. The referee gets knocked over at the crucial point of the match cliche. Tommaso is addicted to Adam's Coles.
Tag team champions.
How the fuck did Tommaso Ciampa fall for this? Seriously, freaking how? He looks to grab the NXT Championship. Johnny Gargano grabs the title. The two look at each other for about 5 seconds. Johnny swipes the title away with an obvious I still hate you look on his face. The two continue to stare at each other, and not once did it register in Tommaso's head that Johnny was obviously going to hit him with a belt. Shotgun moment ruined. And another victory due to outside interference. Twice in one night at an NXT show. That's the real shocker.